I was thoroughly excited when I got to know that Netflix is producing an anthology based on Satyajit Ray's short stories. Beyond the imagination, mind, and inventive stories of the legend, the talent involved in the project also made me hopeful that these stories will truly capture the eccentric magic of Satyajit Ray's stories. Before I go on to ramble about the stories that were told and how they fared, I just want to preface this video by stating that there's an odd but intoxicating nature of the legend's tales. These are not your run-of-the-mill stories. While the anthology ranges from psychological thrillers to satire, it has the magical charm that often glues readers to books, transporting them to a make-believe world, all through the vivid but enchanting imagination of Ray, becoming a combination of both metaphorical and realistic. These stories are modern day adaptations of Ray's stories that, beyond their mystical elements, actually provide a commentary on various facets of the human mind and what often leads to the protagonist's downfall. While I will constantly rave about some of the technical aspects of the anthology throughout this video, like many of the previous projects we have seen, it is undeniably a mixed bag, something which has become a constant with this format of anthologies. I will present my views on the stories in ascending order from what led to the least impact to the most engrossing stories from this anthology. You also can tell me your ranking of the stories in the comment section below. Number 4 for me goes to Forget Me Not, directed by Srijit Mukherjee, starring Ali Fazal in the lead role. Based on Ray's story, Bipin Chaudhary's Smriti Brahm, or Memory Loss, focuses on Ipsit Ramanayar, played by Ali Fazal, a celebrated entrepreneur in Mumbai whose life seems to be nothing short of perfect. But one event and his inability to recall it, quite contrary to his reputation in having a great memory, leads to a domino effect and a downward spiral he least expected. What I've realized about Ali Fazal, as he is from my school and I've grown up seeing him in one-act plays, I know it's a weird flex, but he's actually a very phenomenal dramatic actor, and I think the Hindi film creators have barely scratched the surface in showcasing his ability as a performer. While Fazal himself is great, the story undeniably fails to go beyond the surface. What could have come across as a layered take on the detrimental effects of jaded narcissism, lust for power, or the lack of empathy on the journey to the pinnacle comes across as a generic story done with a pitch that is too literal, even for individuals not privy to Ray's work. What is undeniable regarding this story is that it is technically spectacular. The background score captures the looming dread ahead. Visually, from the way the bustling city of Mumbai is captured, the way the screenplay is structured, skipping time in several intervals, and the phenomenal penultimate staging sequence as the story is revealed, something that will probably be the highlight of the story for you. This one only stands out due to the screenplay of Siraj Ahmed, the director of photography Swapnil Sonavane, and editor Nitin Baid. Number 3 for me goes to Behrupia, again directed by Srijit Mukherjee. The only reason why this story trumps the previous one for me is because of the potential that it had to create a twisted tale around such a mysterious character. K.K. Menon plays the role of Indrashish, a docile makeup artist who constantly finds himself being treated as a pushover in society. When an inheritance leads to him understanding the power of prosthetics makeup, he realizes that he has all the tools in this world to play God and change his fate. In the process of teaching his wrongdoers a lesson, will this only lead to self-destruction? K.K. Menon is undeniably one of the finest actors we have in the country, and he embodies the underconfident, conscious and mysterious presence of Indrashish perfectly. Dibyendu Bhattacharya and Bidita Bagh lend great support, and the cinematographer, Arkodeb Mukherjee, captures Kolkata through the desaturated frames that accurately symbolize Indrashish's path to ruins. Another Srijit story that comes across as half-baked and too literal in communicating how human behavior manifests in destructive ways if given absolute power. In reality being painful, the world of make-believe only seems to make life worthwhile. The reason why I mention it in the number 3 spot is because the character of Indrashish is a fascinating case study that can often create compelling antagonists in fictional stories. Playing God in various circumstances to outwit characters with the backdrop of his upbringing and current mental state creates a twisted canvas for a compelling film. Whether it be Indrashish's simmering anger, the need to fight back, or what leads to his ultimate downfall, the adaptation doesn't have the same impact as the source material, which had all the ingredients to make it soar. I don't know what you think of Srijit Mukherjee as a creator. Maybe the Bengalis watching here can tell me in the comments below, but I felt both his stories were lacking in depth. I've enjoyed his Bengali thrillers, but it was quite a letdown to see his tribute to Ray being the weakest of the 4 films presented. Number 2 for me goes to Spotlight, directed by Vasant Bala, and which stars Harshvardhan Kapoor, Chandan Roy Sanyal, Akanksha Ranjan Kapoor and Radhika Madan in lead roles. The story focuses on a popular actor, Vic, played by Harshvardhan Kapoor, that is going through an existential crisis, as he can't understand his reverence as a star while only being known for one look as an actor. When he identifies the worship by the masses for a god woman called Didi, his insecurity peaks as it threatens to dim his spotlight. What the story hilariously captures is the artistic experience of a star who is at loggerheads with being artistically stimulated while just being a one-trick pony. The brilliance of Spotlight is the combination of the performances of the cast and its effortlessly funny writing. Through several sequences, I could recall the conversations between artists in their bubble that often transitions to become downright delusional. If you thought AK vs AK was too meta, and enjoyed Harshvardhan Kapoor's performance, this takes it to another level. He is too self-aware through his performance as Vic, providing a commentary on the constantly oscillating artistic experience. Harshvardhan and his choices with scripts always fascinates me. Eccentric may be an understatement, but the man is extremely convincing in this role as he pretends to smile while taking selfies and complain about his hollow popularity at the same time. Whether it be the twisted words of critics, the pretentious references of Kafka and Lynch in conversations, or life being dictated by what is considered to be feelings or the generic term vibes, Harsh in this portrayal is hilariously real and extremely enjoyable. The imposter syndrome and the artistic experience that go hand in hand is beautifully portrayed, or what artists want to be perceived as in public versus what he actually is, and how this constant tussle often leads to one's downfall. While it definitely overstretches its welcome in its running time, even the supporting cast performances stand out, from Chandan Roy Sanyal to the always enjoyable Radhika Madan. The fascinating question arises through the story of the fickle nature of stardom in contrast to religion, and how Vic's popularity could vanish with one failure, but the reverence of anything remotely related to religion can never be affected. A commentary on the herd, the virality, and how it manifests to become uncontrollable. A thoroughly enjoyable story that was definitely bogged down by its running time. Number 1 without a doubt goes to Hangama Hai Kyun Barpa, directed by Abhishek Chaubey. This, I think, perfectly encapsulates the magical elements of Satyajit Ray's stories while being extremely intelligent with the way it's written and performed. Oh, the money I would pay to see Manoj Bajpayee and Gajraj Rao on set, and the way they prepare for the scenes and just riff with one another. The story focuses on a popular singer, Musafir Ali, played by Manoj Bajpayee, who bumps into Aslam Beg, a wrestler turned sports journalist played by Gajraj Rao, on a train journey. Upon having a conversation with one another, Musafir realizes that they have met on a previous occasion on a similar train journey, and how this realization manifests into providing a commentary on life, time, faith and destiny is the basic crux of this story. I also think that Abhishek Chaubey as a creator doesn't get enough credit for the compelling stories he has consistently told, standing out again in this anthology with a powerful piece. There are several sequences in this story which are technically to marvel at, focusing on Musafir daydreaming, the reverence he receives for his art, or one in particular that captures his rise to prominence. It is nothing but cinematic gold. I could literally sit for hours watching Manoj Bajpayee and Gajraj Rao have a back and forth with one another. The dialogue between them that often transitions to speak about human behavior and what will be one's fate are poetic and hilarious, never steering too far in one direction. These are legendary performers and they are supported by other magicians in the form, like Raghubir Yadav and Manoj Pava. The dialogues often are about language, and these create hilarious sequences of the terminologies to describe one's life, circumstances or condition. Whether it be the ticking of the clock that progressively increases in tempo and sound as the walls start closing in for a character, or the transportation to a parallel universe enamored or in a trance-like state. There are so many moments from this shot that will hook you in and identify the magic of Ray's stories, a reference to which literally will make you chuckle in this story. The sad reality is that the other stories do not possess the same magic and aura that is required to be a true tribute to Satyajit Ray. While I can understand anthologies to be mixed bags, a tribute to Satyajit Ray should be done with meticulous detailing, as the legend and his work does not deserve a half-baked product but one which is refined, detailed and presented with sensitivity and care for the legend. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the anthology. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.